And action, camera, Max. Your arms flail or something. It's part of the hit. Yeah, you can sell that. Jump! Branch. Cut. Great.
Our movie, starts in New York for 3 or 4 days. Doug is a New York filmmaker. The mayor's office and others, the film office here, have been very helpful in getting us what we want.
The weather sucks, so we're going to come back here tomorrow, but I may want to play this one scene in the rain, so I need them to shoot aggressively. Before the rain. Like, you would not have intended to jump here.
Okay.
So let's go out and take a look at this.
We have to be out of here in 20 minutes. So.
Okay.
Just in 10 minutes, walk away.
David Rice has, the penthouse apartment in New York and all the toys that, a guy can want, but it very quickly gets turned upside down for him when he first meets the character that Sam Jackson plays.
8 years we've been looking for you.
And that's when everything gets sort of kicked into high gear.
My name is Roland.
Sam Jackson, is a paladin. Paladins believe that there should not be jumpers in the world. They just believe man having that particular power is a bad idea. And therefore, they should be stopped. And there have been paladins going back since the first jumper. From the first time somebody displayed that ability, there was somebody else who thought that person shouldn't exist. You definitely look great, like, with your jacket off.
We haven't really gotten into the heart of why he does what he does. We just know that he does it, and he does it with a specific kind of zeal.
I'm not under arrest. I'd like you to leave.
At that point in the story, he's like at the top of the world. He's a teleporter. He can go anywhere he wants, and that was the feel that we wanted to convey. So I wanted to have a lot of open space, which ended up being a lot of green screen compositing. Even though it's his home, it's not quite his home because, as we'll find out in the story, he'll move away. He'll go somewhere else. It's not really him that we see.
This conversation's over.
Okay.
But we do have tethers. We do have hooks that we fire into, that pin them to walls and shoot electric shocks through them so that they can't facilitate their jumping ability by, either frying their brains for a moment or frying the neurons or circuits or short-circuiting them to the point where they can't jump away immediately and we can capture them for a moment.
Action!
David's lived this long because there's someone in the shadows who's been defending him.
Harassing.
And part of the mystery of the movie that gets discovered over the span of the first film is who it is that's been defending him and why they've been defending him.
For the last, 2 weeks, I've been kind of fighting. It's been like the longest action fight sequence I've done in a good while. There's running, there's jumping, there's kicking, there's, swinging, fighting, falling, jumping off high spaces and landing on things with old knees. So it's been challenging. It's been a great amount of fun.
We have Diane Lane in the movie, which is very cool for us. She's playing David's mom, a very complicated relationship that she has with her son. She can't just be a mom. In the way we've crafted her character, she can't just be a mother. She has a higher responsibility than that.
Can I help you? We don't get to see a whole lot in this particular story about how it came to be. It's more expressed in their dialogue with each other. How it came to pass that Hayden's character is a jumper and my character, his mother, is a paladin, which her mission in life is to hunt down and kill jumpers. So in order to not find herself in that predicament with her own child, she abandons him.
So it's true? You're one of them?
Yes, it's true.
You were 5 your first jump.
Oh, that's what it was. You were 5 your first jump. I had 2 choices.
David is able to last as long as he has because of his mom, sort of protecting him and looking out for him from afar, completely, beknownst to David. Obviously, that storyline weaves back into the plot, and David reunites with his mother.
I never stopped thinking about you. Not for one day.
So I'm a jumper and you're a pound. And in the film, the two of them sort of have a last chat of, 1, reconciliation, and 2, what are we going to do about the future, I'm a jumper and you're a paladin, and what now? And so she gives him a head start.
I'm just trying to get a piece of you guys tumbling on the ground. So just make it as messy as possible here that you're rolling around. It's hard to imagine a film where the first units traveled more places than this movie. I can't even imagine a story that would sort of accommodate that many locations. It's just that we happen to have teleporters, so if you don't have people who can teleport, how would the story go to that many places?
There's one version of this film, and that could have been the whole film being shot in Canada with a green screen behind them. It was incredibly important to us that the teleportation to other cities in other worlds be real, be grounded, be textured, be interactive with a real environment, not only in terms of the audience's relationship to these places, which is incredibly important, but also the characters' relationship to these places. We wanted the actors to feel like they're really interacting on a Roman street, as opposed to interacting on a Canadian street with Roman, picture cars.
I think that that's how it should be. I'd rather, conserve the money and be clever about how we plan the movie and go there for real rather than fake it in a computer. This is kind of like how they used to do it, many years ago, and before the advent of computers, you didn't have a choice. You had to go somewhere. That's the essence of filmmaking, is going to the real place, and trying to create the magic.
This is a movie about someone who can go anywhere. They can go there, blink of an eye. A dialogue scene that starts here in New York City could continue for 4 lines of dialogue in Tokyo, and then go to Rome for a minute, and because that's what these characters can do. We went to Tokyo for 2 weeks, we were in Italy for 10 days, we were in Prague for a couple of days. Each one of these places with a crew that only spoke that language. France, London, Egypt, Baja, Louisiana, Toronto, Montreal, Detroit, Ann Arbor, New York City, Los Angeles. When you look at the movie, I don't think anyone's ever combined sort of the traveling that the Bond movies or the Bourne movies do with the kind of visual effects that we were doing.